Okay, greetings. I want to talk to you today about law of sines. We're going to use law of sines for triangles that are they're not right triangles. Okay, so we can't use SOHCAHTOA. All right. First thing I want to talk about is notice how we label the triangles. The angles are capital letters, A, B, C, and those angles determine how big the sides opposite them are. Okay, so the side opposite angle A, notice it's associated with it, so it's A, but it's lowercase. Angle big B is associated with side opposite of little b. So that's how you label a triangle. The angle and the side opposite will have the same letter. The angle's capital, the side's lowercase. All right? The ratio of a sine of an angle and its opposite side is equal for the sine of A over A equals the sine of angle B over its associated side, and that equals sine of angle C divided by its associated side. These ratios are all equal, and it kind of makes sense, right? One angle and its side, that ratio should be somewhat related to another angle, and its side is bigger, okay? One thing, if your unknown is in the denominator and you want to maybe make your steps a little easier, you can do this. We can just make reciprocals out of this whole law of sines and put your A over sine of A will equal B, the side over sine of angle B equals side C over the sine of angle C. Okay, so we can just flip that around and make reciprocals. This works too. If you're solving for an unknown side, if your side is the unknown quantity, then maybe you want to do it this way, okay? So here's my triangle. There's certain conditions. Let's go back to geometry. Remember all this angle, side, angle stuff, okay? Remember that? All right, this one's the one I want to cover first. You have to have certain conditions to even do it. Now, we don't need all this. We just need two out of the three. Okay, we need this and this, or this and this, or this and this. We just need to be able to do a cross product, okay? And when we do that, we can only have one unknown, okay? All right, so let's talk about angle, side, angle. That means I'll have an angle, another angle, and in the middle, what they call included, or in between, is a side. Okay, so I've got an angle, side, angle. This is the one I've got the asterisk for. We kind of have to come up with something. I don't have any pair I've got here. I don't have any complete pair. I've got this sign, and this side. There's no cross product that doesn't have two unknowns, and we can't solve for that, okay? Here, this would be an unknown times unknown. And if we did this right here, this would have an unknown times unknown. But what we do know is if I have two angles, I can solve for the third. Okay, so that's why the angle, side, angle, you're going to have to solve for the third angle. Let's say this is 60, this is 70, and this would be 130. Well, everything adds up to 180, right? Triangle sum theorem, this would have to be 50. Now, let's just say side B was 7. I could go ahead and fill in the blanks here. I've got B, I know sine of 50 degrees. We know that. And we know this is 7. I know these two quantities. And now I'm going to solve for C. I know this angle here. And this is my only unknown. Okay? So I'll do this times this equals this times this, cross product. Okay? And solve. All right? If I wanted, I could flip this and get C in the numerator. Do B over sine of B, C over sine of C, and now I have one less step. Okay? Let's talk about the next set of conditions. So we've got angle, side, angle. That's where we have to probably figure out the third angle. Now I've got angle, angle, side. That would be two consecutive angles and then the non-included side. Not the side that's in between, but one that's non-included. It's not in between there. So I've got angle, angle, side. Okay? This is pretty easy. What do I have? I've got a pair of an angle and its opposing. I've got an angle, I can get sine of A, and I've got it also its its corresponding side. Okay? So I've got sine of A, I've got angle A, and the opposite side A. So we can come in here, we've got this, and we've got this, and we're given C, we've got this, and so this is our only unknown right here. Okay? And here's our cross product. Of course, I'd move this over, but it's this times this equals this times this. Again, it worked out when you're solving for a side, it's in the denominator. If you want to make it easier, you can just flip it, make reciprocals, and put the sides up top, and then you've got one less step. Okay, so that's angle, angle, side. And finally, our third set of conditions that we have to have either one of these three, and you'll be able, if you can't set up any ratio, you probably need to do law of cosines. Let's work this last one, side, side angle. Again, we have something like, let's say B, A, and then an angle. Notice, non-included, this angle is not between here, it's side, side angle. It's a non-included angle, a non-in-between angle, okay? So again, this works out really nicely. I've got a pair, an angle in its side, so I've got this and this, and I'm dealing with A, and here I've got this, but I need to solve for the angle this time, so now I'm solving for sine of A. Okay, here's my cross product, and this was my unknown right here. That's my unknown, so we just do this times this equals this times this. We'll divide by B, okay? So there's your cross product. That's our three conditions we'll need to have. So basically, what we're dealing with, if you pick any of these pairs, you need to have maybe only one unknown. Or it might work out you had this right here and this was your unknown. But that'll work out, okay? All right, let's work one problem. We'll be quick. I'm looking at the time. Okay. Now I got this out of geometry book. This is D. Solve for DF, or I use small e to be consistent with what I'm trying to teach. So this side I'm trying to solve for. Okay? What do I have? I've got angle, and a side. So we've got that angle, angle, side. That'll work. Okay? Here I've got a pair. This and this is a nice pair of angle and its associated side. Okay? All right, we're solving for a side. Guess what? I'm going to go, I'll do it both ways. I'll just do it the sine of 105 degrees over 18 equals, okay, sine of 32 degrees over E. And there's our unknown. Here's our cross product. 18 sine of 32 equals E, or segment DF, times sine of 105. Okay? So we need to divide both sides by the sine of 105. And this will be 18 times sine of 32 divided by sine of 105. It's not that big a deal. Okay? Real quick, if I did it the other way, realizing I'm solving for a side, I'll put 18 over sine of 105 equals E over sine of 32. And just using algebra, not a cross product, I know that if I want to solve for this, I'm going to undo division. I'm going to multiply. This will cancel out. So I'm just going to multiply over here sine of 32. So 18 sine of 32 divided by this. Okay, so you just, you know you're going to cancel that out and just do 18 sine of 32 divided by sine of 105. That's an example. Okay, there's more I could give you, but that's pretty much in a nutshell. You set up your ratios. These conditions, angle, side, angle, 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 side, 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 angle. That's about it. We've got 2 worksheets to do, Wednesday, Thursday when I'm gone. Please be good. Friday, I'll have something for you. It might be a graded assignment like I usually do. Please be good for the substitute, okay? On those days I'm gone. All right, thank you very much. I hope you all watch this video. I'll do a gift bag raffle. This will be for next week. I already did one for last week. They were supposed to pass out. Let me get a different name. I'm digging down deep. No one's claimed the last one. I have it. And this one is, if you can see, is Alex Pablo Ibarra. So Alex, I owe you a gift certificate to Chick-fil-A. All right. So watch the video. Have a good night.